Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back. This is SafePal January AMA. Thanks for tuning in. Recently, the market has been wild, so
Feeling cold.
hope everyone's doing well. And anyway, I'm Ash, your host for today. Super excited to meet you guys online again. And as always, welcome our CEO Veronica to join us and share some of her thoughts. Thanks for coming, Veronica.
Yeah, appreciate if anyone tuning for the episode today amid this market situation. I definitely need a jacket here because I'm feeling a bit of chill. So
Yeah,
how
a
do you
bit.
know cycle? Yeah.
Well, um, I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with how we run it. But for friends first joining, I will share what we got lined up for today. So first we'll things off with some quick industry headlines and a bit gossip as always. After that, Veronica will share the highlights of what SafePal has achieved this month. And finally, we got Matthias, founder and group CEO of In Travel, joining us to answer some of your questions. So, all right, friends, let's run through some market highlight for Jen and share some quick takeaways. So, first up,
Ah,
Bitcoin did below
yes.
73K, but now I think actually it's below 70K
Oh
as
my
US
God.
stocks sold off. Yeah, but analysts still saying this is still pretty normal price action given the micro environment, and we also saw the charts bleeding. So I'm a bit curious how you're reading on this, Veronica. So I know markets always doing market things, but what is actually happening in the market right now?
I mean, like same like the emoji that you created earlier, right? Like a lot. Like, there's a story that long time ago when Bitcoin was like 33K. But what I was thinking a long time ago when Bitcoin was like at 9K. So
Um,
starting from 2017, like we've seen Bitcoin moving like at a much lower position compared to nowadays.
mhm,
So it's kind of feeling a bit surreal when people talk about, oh, it's dropping below like 70K and even heading
mhm,
down, like touching the bottom of 60K already. And people were gossiping, people were panicking, asking whether this signals something wrong with Bitcoin itself.
mhm,
Well, from my perspective as a builder in the space for a long time, who have witnessed the up and downs in the crypto cycle for 8 plus years. I mean, like, a
mhm.
plus year represents about like 3 4 cycles already, like bear and bull over and over again. I think this kind of price behavior is not really abnormal. So I agree with the title. It's not really abnormal to me. I
Mm,
mean, in the short term, Bitcoin is still traded by a lot of market participants, by a lot of investors, institutional or retail, as a global risk asset. So
mm,
when liquidity tightens, because that is what we are seeing nowadays, or the macro environments, the uncertainty of the macro environments increases. Like correlations tend to converge. So that is exactly what we are seeing nowadays on the market. It's not just Bitcoin, it's also about gold, it's also about silver. Like we are seeing very
mm,
volatile market situation in not just Bitcoin, this one risk asset, but across many risk asset segments. So it doesn't really invalidate Bitcoin's long-term thesis. It really simply reflects where we are at right now in
mhm.
the adoption curve or in the market curve today. So if we pay closer attention, it's not the price on any given day. It's like my focus is whether the network continues to operate as designed, which is yes, right? Blocks.
Mm. I think my internet was dropped. Hi, Veronica. Oh, I think the internet just filled for now. Let me ping Veronica real quick. Yeah, it's stuck. I know it. Sorry for this. I think she will be back real quick. Very soon. I thought it was my internet. Come back, Veronica. We're missing you. Okay, she's back.
Oh,
Veronica,
oh,
can you hear me?
I got dropped off. Sorry, I didn't realize. Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Where did you lose me? Where?
Oh my
Oh my
god, I
God, I didn't
forgot.
realize that.
I
Oh,
was
what was
so
I was like, I was like
busy.
chatting, and then looking at my ceilings and thinking, like grabbing the right words to say in my brain, and I didn't realize that it got shut down. Like, did you lose all of it, or maybe part of it?
I think most part of it. So
Where exactly? Where did you lose me? Like, maybe starting. Like, did I say like, I don't think it's abnormal or something?
abnormal. You mentioned abnormal. You said it's
It's
totally
not abnormal.
because you started from quite like the early stage of crypto, so you witnessed how
Oh,
it grew, and then you think current price is still in a normal range, and then
okay.
that's where it caught
Okay,
up.
that was very, very back. Sorry, I think I got lost along. Like, okay, so that is only the first part I was talking about. Yeah, so I being a builder in the space for 8 years plus, we've been experiencing several bull and bear market cycles, at least
Mhm.
three and even up to four. So we witnessed Bitcoin at 9,000 and volatile
Yeah.
steadily picking up from there. So, to my understanding, from my perspective, as a very old, ancient builder, this kind of price behavior is not really considered abnormal in my perspective. I consider it more of a short-term reflection of the situation that we are seeing. First of all, the global liquidity is tightening up. And second, there are a lot of uncertainty in the macro environments, war situation, right? Like there are a lot of unease situation happening in US and in also many part of the rest of the world. So I think that is a short-term reflection on not just Bitcoin, but also in all kind of asset category. Let's say silver, let's say gold is kind of very volatile in the last 7 days. And I think like Bitcoin is not really alone. Like it's considered one of the global risk assets. So like in the last week, we are seeing the whole market across all financial sectors kind of being very volatile. So I think in the short term, Bitcoin is still traded as a global risk asset. So when that situation happens, when the liquidity tightens up, when the macro uncertainty increases, these kind of correlations tend to converge. I think this doesn't really harm or doesn't really wash off or invalidate Bitcoin's long-term thesis, because it's just reflecting what we are here in the adoption curve, in the market curve today. So if we pay a closer attention to it, it's not really the price on any given day or on any single day, but we should pay more attention on whether the network continues to operate as designed. Like, for example,
Mm.
the blocks are still being generated, they are still being produced, transactions are setting still without any permissions, users are retaining the ability to do self-custody regardless of the market situations. Like, from all of these perspectives, Bitcoin as a network, as a global asset, continues to do exactly what it was built or designed to do. And of course, in the last couple of days, I've received quite a lot of questions and concerns from my friends and around asking, "Oh, Veronica, are you buying in, or Veronica, are you selling off? Like, do you still hold it, or what is this going on? I think volatility is definitely very uncomfortable for all of us. But I think it's a natural part of an open global asset like Bitcoin that is still being gradually discovered and recognized by the mainstream market. So I think as a builder like ourselves, it's more important to focus on improving infrastructure, improving user education, so that people can interact with crypto responsibly, safely across both bear and bull market cycles. I think that is what can stand last in the market, regardless of whether it's ups and downs for us. So I think that is more important, and also something that we've been focusing on regardless of the situation. Yeah. So I've been waiting, like, to answer my friend's question, I've been waiting to buy a dip. I mean, if it touches, if it begins with a 5, I probably will consider buying a dip. So I don't know. Like, I think right now we are at the lowest, we're touching 6, but not really anything further. So it's quite sturdy. It's kind of gradually recovering. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm still having quite strong belief in that. I do think this is more of a short-term reflection of the volatile market that we're seeing nowadays. And it's not really just about Bitcoin, it's also about other
other assets class.
yeah,
Asset
exactly.
classes. Yeah.
Indeed.
So speaking of asset classes, so the next one is pretty interesting. Tether is reportedly buying up of to $1 billion of gold every month, storing it in a high security facility, James Bond bunker. So I think, despite the drop, Veronica, you mentioned the micro economic reflection, but why are we nowadays having this gold crush? I even saw a lot of DeFi lovers started to trade or invest in gold on chain. Sorry, is
Yeah.
that a new thing?
No, I don't think it's a new thing. We are seeing this kind of cycle in all of the previous kind of bear or among the uncertainty situation. During financial crisis time, during multiple financial crises that we have witnessed in the history, we are seeing gold kind of standing firm, standing sturdy among all other asset categories. The gold is the most widely recognized, adopted financial or investment assets. That whenever the macro environments, the uncertainty increases, we are seeing gold standing high and standing firm. For Tether, I think that is quite interesting. I think it's not just we are not gonna just see Tether in this news headline. We're gonna see many other stablecoin issuers probably doing the same thing. I think this is a direction that stablecoins issuers would be heading for, because transparency and credibility means a lot. It means that it's no longer behind the scenes. They are becoming central in how customers and how users and institutions evaluate trust. So that is the fundamental thing that they have to consider, like to win over the trust from potential buyers. So this reflects the market being more mature. Like, we are gradually entering in a market that is more mature, and stablecoins gradually scale and gradually being backed by sturdy and robust assets behind. So these issuers are under increasing pressure. Like, they have to diversify their reserves. They have to manage risks. They also have to demonstrate resilience under extreme market situations. So, for example, gold, like I mentioned, for better or worse, it's still widely perceived or considered as a hedge asset
Storage
against
of assets
system
of
backup.
value, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is quite an important signal. And I think, like, not just Tether, I would believe a lot of other stablecoin issuers would be doing the same thing. I think trust in crypto should be variable, not assumed. So as the market continue to mature, users, investors, institutions would carefully evaluate which one is more trustworthy than the others. And I think, like, transparency, credibility would become more and more a thing for stablecoin issue as the adoption rates continues to increase. So I think that is definitely a positive thing. Yeah. But also meaning more challenging and meaning more difficult, like, because there's no perfect reserve model. Like, you have to think out the way, what if the gold is not really the ideal asset anymore? You have to diversify it. You cannot really rely 100% on gold. Then you have to consider, like, what else you have to manage and construct or structure the treasury. So I think that is a common challenge for all of the stablecoin issuers.
Mm. Is it a bit similar to the the responsibility or the function of banks? Like the banks, what they do is to issue credit. I think
You
that's
would have to
the
have the
same
reserve. Yeah, you would
methodology.
have to have the exactly. Yes, you need to have the deposit. You need to have the reserve to prove
Mm.
that you are able to issue the loans, to prove that you are able to to put to custody or hold a custody responsibility for the clients. So yeah, quite similar, quite similar. And there's an ongoing debate over the stablecoin issuers and also the traditional banks in US regarding whether stablecoins stable coins should bear interest. So I think this is also a
Mm.
big for stablecoin issuers. So if let's because currently stablecoins is not considered as a security, is not really under it's not bearing any interest. If you look at all of the earning or the staking stablecoin protocols, they are not
Mm.
really framing it for compliance considerations. They are not really framing it as an interest. They more frame it as a more of a reward or a membership reward or any other kind of privileges, but definitely not framing it as an interest. This is a legal thing,
Mm.
and if the regulations changes, if it allows stablecoins to bear interest, this could pose new challenges to the traditional bank because it would increase the appetite or it would increase the preference for stablecoin investment as well. So I think this is going to be also a not widely discussed, but definitely a visible or interesting kind of turning point regarding how the results will go.
Mm. Interesting. Let's move on to the third headline, maybe. So this one is a bit more serious. It's a massive info seller data dump reportedly impact around 149 million crypto users. And the info here includes stolen login credentials, such as the accounts, links to your major social media platforms, and even to your crypto exchanges. So this is not the first data set leak and will not be the last. I think it's a good time to shout out for the importance of self custody, right, Veronica? Yeah, anything you want to add it?
Pretty sad. I believe one of my friend is among the the
Really?
affected.
Oh my god, I feel so,
So like
I'm
he
so
started to
sorry.
receive all of these kind of fake and scam messages and emails and all kinds of like impersonating crypto exchange customer support, impersonating wallet companies, definitely probably very likely to be one of the impacted users. It's very sad
Oh,
to see that. I think it's really a heavy reminder. I think I believe I have said this like multiple times already in our previous AMA. I think it's a real and heavy and very unpleasant reminder of the real world risk, often, where they sit, right? Where they come from. In
mm,
many cases, it's not really the blockchain itself that is posing risks, but the devices, the habits, the user behavior, the environments people use to access it, and also the data endpoints. A lot of time is these elements that are posing or becoming the weakest point to be break in, to be broken.
mm,
And 100% a big shout out. Self custody gives users their own control over their assets, but it also comes with responsibility. It doesn't mean that users should be blamed when things go wrong, but it
mm,
means that we should consider design a system that can acknowledge or can consider human errors. Like it should be designed to meant for human errors because human always make mistakes.
mm,
So mistakes, shortcuts, any other moment of like impurposely kind of leaking out. So I think from a wallet perspective, it cannot be relied on a single assumption like holding forever. Like we have to assume that endpoints, like the things that I mentioned, user behavior, device environments, like the endpoint devices, like we have to consider when these are compromised and credentials could leak, social engineering could continue to evolve. We have to take all of these into consideration, and a good design is about reducing the reducing the big struck or the blast when failures happen, or
mm,
instead of pretending they won't. So I think a good system is to take that into consideration as well. So I think like incidents like this, I agree with you. It's not going to be the first one. It's not going to be the last. I think this
mm,
highlights why education, like layered security, and also thoughtful, considerable kind of carefully designed UX are just as important as cryptography, just as important as technology itself. So I think it comes from aligning the technology with how people will actually use it or access it. You have to combine these two and then put into the same situation and consideration. It's a bucket system. It's not really a one line system. I think this is a holistic, systematic kind of thing that we are looking at it. So there's not a single point of factor that we can fully rely on. We have to take all of these into considerations. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think very sad to see that. Yeah.
That's very insightful. And
And now
also,
my friend have to force himself to change all of those emails. Like he has to change and move emails. You can imagine. Oh my god, you have paired the email with so many services, and you now it's got leaked. You have to create a new one, and it's really a painful kind of process.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely
the
a kind of
migration is
disaster.
probably crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the last one.
Mhm.
I think this one is a bit
Mm.
more like fun
Interesting.
compared to the previous one. Well, Elon Musk's XAI posted a job listing seeking crypto experts to train AI models on quantitative finance, on-chain analysis, and market microstructure. So I don't know if anyone here has applied for it, but I think that's a much better alternative than serving at McDonald's, which I know a lot of you are doing right now. McDonald's having a lot of applications, so I hope XAI also got it. Yeah, maybe check out their job description.
Yeah, take a look. Take a look. I think this is quite interesting. I think this means that like people consider crypto more of infrastructure than pure speculation, which is good. Which is good. When it comes to payment, when it comes to identity, data ownership, incentive model, like crypto is being treated as a toolkit rather than a standalone thing. So
Yeah.
like much part of its future might impact a lot of the invisible sector of the market behind the scenes where millions of end users might be using. So it could be operating quietly in the backend, in the background, without you realizing it. So I think this is quite interesting. And it's also interesting to see it's not really about whether big tech would adopt crypto, but really focus on how. Like when this system remains open, remains interoperable and user centered and user owned, would it be that, or would they be only abstracted into a closed platforms where users lose direct control? So I think that is a fine line drawn between what you consider as an open platform that is adopted the permissionless technology stack visas companies that only treat it as a solution but not really consider anything other part of it, like the permissionless, the governance focus, and also an open platform might not be necessarily taken into consideration by some other companies. So we have no idea whether XAI is hiring the crypto experts for which part of the focuses, but yeah, we'll soon find out. Yeah, by looking at the JD. So that would be interesting. Definitely not the last company hiring.
But I think the job description definitely I think lean to the DeFi part. So yeah, I think
Oh,
it'll be a good fit. Let's see how
okay.
they go and who will
Okay.
be the final candidate.
Yeah, maybe move the Starlink onto blockchain. There's a
So many
SpaceX
things.
plus Starlink on chain version plus XAI, operating on chain by crowdsource kind of AI agents. Sounds pretty promising.
A lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that will be the end of the headlines from January. It's the first month of 2026 for sure. So that means around 10% of 2026 is gone.
Oh
and,
my
and this very end of this section, let me bring up the reminder as usual. If you ever need support, please go to safepal.com/sadmap and click contact customer support, or just use the support shortcut that you can find in the SafePal app setting to submit tickets. That's our only two official secure channel. A team member will follow up soon once your ticket is submitted. And okay,
Yeah.
lovely. Time to move on and check what SafePal has done this month. So first, we introduced the SafePal Mastercard skin for the very first time, actually. And the first set is a New Year's theme. We hope everyone has successfully redeemed and enjoyed them. And
Yeah. Anyone
now
who got the card, please raise your hand or type one on the screen. Or yay in Happy New Year on the screen. Hopefully we got it and like it.
yeah. And as February is round is almost actually we are already in February. So we've got a new card skin set coming.
Ooh.
And as we posted before, they will be in Valentine's Day theme. So yeah. And also this time we'll introduce more fun rules to just to double the fun. So stay tuned. And going forward, we also rolling out different themed card skins regularly. So if you have any theme or design you like to see, feel free to leave us a comment on Twitter or just let the of Telegram and Discord group know. We will definitely consider. So what theme you would like to see personally, Veronica?
I mean, like there are a lot of different things that we can do for the new year for the color design, and also we are trying to bring it to more countries and have a wider coverage. Ankit, we saw your card's not
I
available in
saw.
India. Yes, I
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
we will try to make that happen, but like we have to talk to the bank sometimes. Like bear with us with patience, appreciate it. Why I didn't get any, Lawrence? I have no idea. Like, did you miss out the January? It's ended already. Like, but we are having a February edition rolling out soon, so do pay attention. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter. Yeah, hopefully you like that. So we'll bring more engaging, fun campaigns to those who have opened up the accounts, who have been supporting us. We hope you enjoy it. So do hear shout out if you like any of the ideas. We are doing all sorts of experiments. We have an amazing team kind of trying all different kind of ideas out, and let us know whether you like it or not and which one you like it or not. So and we definitely would like to approve it over time. So looking forward to your feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And in January, SafePal also showed up. We also bring the Morphle campaign to the community. For depositor, they will get a chance to win $5,000 of Morphle, and and also the chance to win limited edition wallets. And also for social follower this time, we have 4 milestones unlocked just to reward for your support. It's almost the end of the campaign, so basically this is like the last minute reminder. It's really the last day of the campaign. So if for anyone who wants to join, you can find more details on our X post. Do click in and have a look, and you might be the lucky one to win the final reward pool. Yeah, let's move on. And this time, we also want to share good news with the community that our gas station now supports Base and Polygon chain. I know you guys if you found it out or tried it already.
Yeah, I
Veronica?
think for those who don't know, yeah, gas station is a mini feature that we create to really smooth out and remove the hurdle of user onboarding and make your transaction much easier on chain. Basically means that if you have like it supports paying different kind of paying gas fee on these networks using different tokens to make it easier for you, and you can even top up these you know the small gas station pockets so that for all of these chains that are already supported, you can have a smoother kind of seamless experience when you are making the transactions. You don't necessarily need to hold the native tokens. If you have stable coins, if you have SFP, you can also be paid as well. So it's a quite practical feature. So we'll keep expanding the networks being supported. Yeah, definitely try it out if you haven't really tried it yet. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. In January, we also showed up in Japan. We are very excited to sponsor the Flare Japan meetup, and we hope everyone joined. Loved our X1 wallet. Actually, Veronica, I'm a bit curious. What's your take on the crypto market in Japan? Because I actually I don't know a lot about it. Do you have any insight of the landscape in Japan?
it's quite interesting. Like since 2021, when we launched the SFP token, Japan has become our biggest market and user adoption in APAC. So that is quite amazing. um,
Mm,
Japanese community, like from my personal view, and also based on my friends' feedback who are actively developing the market there, Japanese
mm-hmm,
communities are always considered very loyal, very sticky, and they are keen to try out new concept and new things. Let's say like a metaverse and NFT are quite popular there. Digital collectibles, they are quite popular there. People are very willing to try out this new stuff. I mean, when a couple years ago when it was still kind of hitting the market and coming as a new thing. So like Japanese communities always struck me as like very crypto native, uh, very keen to learn about new concept and new things. And they once they get hold of what you are trying to do, and once they recognize you and your company and your brands, they tend to be long-term standing by and by next to you, and then tend to be long-term supporters. So that's how we explain the growth in Japanese market. It's pure organic. We haven't really hired anybody in Japan yet. We have supported Japanese language, yes, but we haven't really
mm-hmm,
hired kind of full-time members there. It's really pure driven by organic. So that also presents on how Japanese communities are very active in crypto explorations, and they are doing their own research, and they are doing their own treasury finding and jewel finding process. So I think that is pretty unique and definitely a very interesting market worth deploying resources for.
mm-hmm. Interesting. That's very new to me because maybe it's because of the language. Sometimes those information is not very
Yeah,
clear
I
to them.
think indeed one of the barrier. I mean, if you have to penetrate, like I have heard about this many times, that if you want to penetrate or serve the Japanese market, you would have to hire a full-time team operating it. It's like a language
Mm,
barrier is definitely a thing for teams and companies outside of the market to go and present there. So definitely, if you have anybody who is speaking the local language, that would be a great bonus.
mm-hmm.
And easier to win over the trust from the community. So I think that is definitely something that have to be taken into considerations. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Finally, and before we wrap up, we got a little
Yay.
sneak peek for everyone. So SafePal is heading to Hong Kong next week.
Yay.
Uh, and we got something big, like something really big
Yeah.
planned for
Announcement.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Look.
probably shouldn't say that much. So, or why don't you give us a teaser about the surprise? Like just a quick one.
you last time when I talk about our new model, like a PR manager, I talk too much. So I'm really bad at releasing the teaser. Really bad. I always talk too much. Yeah, we're gonna announce something special with Solana. You'll find out next week when we are at the Solana Accelerate APAC. I will speak
Mm,
there. Feel free to come over to say hi if you're there. We also have a booth there. So Ash also gonna be there. So
yeah.
we'll be
You will
quite a
see
lot
me in
of
person, not in capybara.
want to see the face under the capybara emoji, like you definitely have to come. Like, welcome. We're gonna see you at the booth. So we'll do an announcement. You will soon find out. So we are very excited about this. It also represents where we stand for. That is to widen the adoption of self custody, to widen the adoption, the consensus of security and self custody. So that is echoing with what we are doing and where we started. So I personally feel very honored and excited about this. Yeah, that is all I can say. Like, no, like cannot. I can feel my PR manager staring at my face and carefully watching my mouth to see if there's any kind of unnecessary sentence or line popping out. So yeah, I think that's all. Like, you soon find out. Yeah. If you are nearby or if you're in Hong Kong region next week, feel free to say hi. Yeah, we'll be in town for the first half of the week.
Perfect. Well, I think that will be the wraps for the SafePal update. Big thanks again for Veronica for joining us and everyone. So, yeah,
Right.
stay tuned for the next week's big surprise. It will definitely be a great, great one. Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Veronica.
Thank you, Ash. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you next week. Okay. I will see you. I will see you in person. Just show me. Okay. Yeah, have a nice weekend. I think our guest hasn't been online yet. Uh, Let us be patient and wait for a minute. Yeah, maybe I can start with a brief introduction. So our guest today will be in travel, one of the the leading hotel booking platforms that been partnered with us since 2025, and we'll have its the founder as group CEO to join us today. So I can understand why he's always busy. So let's keep patient and wait for a minute until our guest is online. Oh, wow, he's here. Okay,
Hello.
hi, Matthias. How are you?
Hello. I am good, thank you.
Hello. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I was just introducing you to the guest. So yeah, representing travel, we have Mattia, the founder and group CEO. Welcome for joining us today. So yeah, maybe you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and travel.
Of course, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, my name is Matthias Nielsen. I'm from Denmark originally. And In Travel is a travel infrastructure company that are building white label travel platforms and API solutions, primarily for the big crypto companies. So we, of course, just launched a great travel platform together with SafePal, and we work with most of the large companies in the space, but also power travel for large non-crypto companies like lastminute.com and Trivago Book and Go.
Mm. I'm a huge I love traveling. Like I've been to I can't even count how many country I've been to. So yeah, in travel is always a project that um, fascinates me a lot. So yeah, uh, I know you prepared a few slides, and let me know if you want to go through it, or you want to go through it after the some of the question we prepared for you.
Let's dive into the slides and
Yeah,
explain what it is we are launching together with SafePal, and then we can take the
perfect,
questions
perfect.
afterwards.
Uh,
So one of the benefits of our technology is that we actually have access to the very lowest rates on most hotels in the world. So
mhm.
especially on 4-star and 5-star luxury hotels, we are able to source the cheapest rates that exist in the market. These are hotel rates that normally are reserved for insiders or B2B. We are able to distribute and sell this in closed user group platforms like the one we have launched now with SafePal. It means that the SafePal community gets access to discounts that are not available to anyone else. It's cheaper than trip.com, it's cheaper than Agoda. Just remember that the prices you will see on SafePal Travel is including all taxes and fees.
Oh, cool.
We can jump to the next slide. Yeah.
Mhm.
So one of the extra things we have added as well, specifically for SafePal, is that if you pay with the SafePal card, you will actually get extra cash back. So you start with the lowest prices in the market, somewhere between 10 to 50% discount versus the
Mm.
public price on Expedia and Booking.com. And then you get additional discount, additional cashback if you pay with the SafePal card. And that's unique to the users of SafePal. One of the difficulties with normally sourcing the type of hotel rates that we're selling is that they come from B2B integrations that are not suited for B2C distribution. And that is something that we have solved in the technology we have. So you're actually able to get all the data that you normally would find on Expedia. And that's basically, yeah, what
Perfect.
we're offering.
Super clear. Before we jump to the question we prepared for you, I saw a member asking, how realistic is mass adoption of crypto payments in travel, especially in regulated markets? I think that's a very good one to start of the conversation.
Yeah, so I mean, mass adoption of crypto payments in travel. Right now, it's actually happening through the kind of products that, for example, SafePal have with the card and the ability to later on pay with the wallet. It may not be mass adoption of direct payments of stablecoin that we will see, but instead there will be products in between making it easy and safe. I mean, if you have to pay for a Four Seasons hotel and it's $11,000, you would be, if you have to do it quickly, you would be a little bit nervous if you did something wrong. If you're a normal person, not a crypto expert. So I think that what we will see is there's going to be solutions like SafePal that will make it safer and easier to make payments. And when those solutions are going to be adopted, I do think we will see adoption of travel payments, because remember that the card fees are high. Like we're talking often, the platforms are charging 2-3% in card fees because Visa and MasterCard are charging that much. So these fees, if they're eliminated or lowered, it has a big impact on the total price you're paying.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's, I think, basically answered the question. So maybe let's move on to some of the questions we prepared for you. So first off, crypto, you already said crypto is a pretty new way to pay things, and you are finding the bridge that build up the trust for people's payment. So I want to ask maybe why you started of this idea. So what are the biggest advantages of booking travel and travel with crypto compared with traditional fiat payments? You mentioned card fee. Is there anything else that is in your mind, or any problems you want to solve?
So I've been in the travel industry for a long time. I actually IPO'd a hotel booking company as well that I built before COVID pandemic lockdowns. So I've done this on a very large scale. And I think that the benefit we're seeing right now is that the platforms in the crypto space are technically closed user groups. SafePal, you have your users, you have your own app. In this space, it's possible for someone like me to come in and deliver completely different hotel rates than what can be sold on public platforms like Expedia and Booking.com and Trip. Like there's rules from the hotels around what type of environment you need to sell the cheapest rates in. And one of the cool things is that the crypto apps and the crypto platforms, they qualify to get the lowest rates. And if we then combine it with all the community aspects around and with the crypto specific payment options, it's suddenly become a very strong offering. And that's interesting and something that we're trying to bring to the market in a more organized way.
Oh, that's really something new for me. I thought, even for retail users like me, sometimes when I want to book hotels, I even will look for some agency, even retail agency online, especially on social media, that they will offer the cheapest rate for us because they have some I don't know, like membership card or whatever. Because I think what you are doing right now is making all those access standardized and structured for people maybe looking for those resources like me. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
different.
And yeah, and the thing about hotel booking is that it's very opaque. It's actually quite difficult to find out if you have the best price, because if you're searching on Booking.com from the US, they're not including all the taxes and fees in the price before you have to pay. So you think you have a low price, and then you go to the checkout and suddenly the price jumps quite a lot. Same thing with Trip and Agoda. Then if you're searching from the EU, they legally have to include all the taxes, because that's the law in the EU. So it's a little bit difficult. And then you got VPNs, you can change the country you're searching from, then the price goes up and down. But with what we're doing, we give the same. Yeah, what we're doing is we get the same low price. So you go to SafePal Travel and you will get the same low price all the time, no matter where you're searching from. You get the best price from the beginning, and it will be cheaper. In 90% of the cases, we really do offer the cheapest prices in the world on 4 and 5-star hotels. It doesn't matter what category it is. It can be super luxury, Four Seasons, still with discounts. And we actually even have the ability to add some of these bookings into the official apps of the hotel chains. So Four Seasons, as an example, you book it on SafePal Travel, you get 30% discount. You can still add it to the app you have with Four Seasons. It can still be
So
part
that
of your
means I
loyalty
can have the
program.
credits from the hotel. Is that does that mean that? If I
So with
understand correctly.
yeah, so with Four Seasons, it actually works, but it depends on the hotel chains. So with Marriott, as an example, they don't offer this to any third parties. It means that if you book on Expedia or Booking.com a trip, Marriott will not include it into the loyalty program. Same thing with us. You have to book directly, but then you pay the full price. So you need to like check, what is the full price and what is the price on the discounted B2B rate that we are selling. Right now it's hotels, but we're launching flights as well. It will of course be available to SafePal's community as the first one as soon as we're ready. It will be with discounted flights as well globally, but it's a bit more difficult to get discounts because the airlines they're not operating with high margins.
Interesting. Didn't know there's so many, so many things on the water. It's so cool to know those stories. Okay, so I know how it's very hard to, bridging, like for example, different hotel brands and also the wallet brands and like all those parties together. So our next question is, what's been the biggest challenges in that you've been through when building in travel?
That's a good question. So the hotel distribution industry is very old and it's very fragmented. You have a lot of hotels, literally millions of properties around the world using many different types of integration and data formats, and merging all of this together in a way where you are competitive on the rates is very complex, because usually you would just go to Expedia or Booking.com, Booking Holdings, or Trip, and work with them, but then you won't have an advantage on the price. And if you want an advantage on the price, it becomes very complex. So I think that the most difficult thing for us has been to figure out a way to effectively arbitrage the hotel rates across a very large amount of integrations real time, and then enrich all of the responses with data and present it to the users in a format as you can see on the screen here. The rooms shown here, the example of the rooms, is actually what it looks like. And that is not how we receive it in the responses when you search. When you're searching on SafePal Travel, it's live from the hotels. We actually get real-time data. When you book, it's booked with the hotel's reservation systems. It's a lot more complex than it looks.
Yeah, so it's more like a marketplace matching and also the
Yes,
data.
yes.
Okay, I can
Exactly.
imagine.
It's a real-time marketplace, basically, where we're finding the cheapest APIs for the specific hotel real time and booking it with them. Because sometimes it's Expedia, sometimes it's Trip.com B2B, but sometimes it's a small company nobody have heard about ever, where the guy who runs it is good friends with the general manager of a specific hotel and has a good price. In Dubai, for example, where I'm sitting now, we work with Dinata, which is Dubai government. It's the sister company of Emirates Airline. So we have access to all of their negotiated package deals without the necessity of selling it with flights. So it means we will get 40%, 50% discount on the hotels in Maldives and Thailand, booking through the same agreements as Emirates Airlines. So it's partnerships like this that we have all over the world that are helping us unlock all these special prices.
Wow, it's super cool. Yeah, let's maybe move on to the next question. So looking ahead, the travel industry is super huge, and also the crypto industry is moving fast. So where do you see the crypto powered travel or even in travel heading in the next 2 to 3 years, and also what will be its role in the future?
So the status today of the crypto travel market is that it doesn't really matter where you book today. If it is on a crypto travel platform, it's probably on our infrastructure. There are two platforms I'm aware of today that are not using our infrastructure, meaning they either use our API or our white labels, but everyone else is. It's everyone from MetaMask to Kraken and SafePal, of course. So we kind of like got this industry like well under our management, and we want to continue to deliver the best we can here at all. Now, the future for us is going to be in expanding into traditional travel. Like I mentioned, lastminute.com is someone we're launching with soon. Rakuten as well. So it's gonna be. Sorry, guys. I'm in a hotel room here, and somebody's
hotel
ringing.
service. Right.
I will
Okay.
be back in 1 second.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's luxury hotel service we're looking for. Dubai hotel service.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right. Sorry. What was the question again?
You said you were like I was asking about the future of crypto powered
Yes.
travel. And you mentioned that you are even wanting you're looking for to to expand into
Yes.
traditional
So
travel.
yes. So what we want to do is we want to expand into the traditional travel. The reason for this is that we need more volume. The more volume we can get, the better the offering we can actually bring back into crypto travel. Crypto travel today is not super big versus the traditional travel space, so we need to bring more volume into the overall infrastructure, and with that we can start to unlock even better perks. But of course, now we got the hotels. We're launching the flights. Amazing prices on flights all over the world. Next step would be bringing tickets for events, concerts, sport events, FIFA World Cup, things like this. We also want to launch into the crypto space with the ability to pay with crypto directly, so you can do your full planning, your full itineraries with crypto. Disney World, car rental, transfers, things like this. All happening this year.
Wow. Yeah, looking forward to that. So it's not even a 2 to 3 year thing. It's we'll see it very soon. I
Yes,
saw
it's this year.
Yeah, so and Kate were asking, for a short answer, which regions or hotel partners are most open to accepting crypto today? I think maybe which region is a easier question.
Yeah, I mean, actually the whole world except the countries where crypto is not really allowed.
Right.
So there's a few. There's one very big region where we can't accept crypto payments, but other than that, it's actually it's quite accepted. Of course, Latin America is very open to it, but it's not something where we're getting resistance. The hotels themselves don't want to be paid in crypto. Let me just put it clearly. So we do have to off ramp before the hotels get the payment themselves. But other than that, it's quite accepted.
Really insightful. As speaking of the big country that doesn't really allow crypto payment, the new year is coming, right? I think that's something worth a shout out. So not even a big country, but also other like Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong. Those places are also celebrating Chinese New Year. So and Travel is offering a lot of very very good deal for for it's also called a red packet, right? For the travelers want to explore those regions and during the holiday, right? I think that's a very recent collaboration we have. So definitely check out our social and check out the depth in SafePal to see how you want to start the new year. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome. Thanks so much, Matthias, for all those insightful input. Before I let you go, any final shout out or CTA you'd like to drop to the SafePal community?
I would like to welcome everyone, to the SafePal in travel platform, and to try it out and give us feedback. It really is cheaper than anywhere else, so don't overpay on your next hotel stay. Search on the platform, compare the prices, try it out. You'll be happy.
Perfect. You already convinced me. Next time I will book you in travel. Yeah. Perfect.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Well, it's really interesting to learn all this hotels things. All right, everyone, that's a wrap for today's AMA. Thanks for all of our SafePal fam for tuning in. And if you got a cool crypto project that you want us to partner with, just drop it in the comment. And make sure to download SafePal, follow us if you haven't yet, and stay tuned, especially for the next week's big surprise. We'll be back next month with more news, guests, and giveaways. Stay safe. Bye. Have a good weekend.